Hi my bad little things, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today we're getting into a few new things, a little bit of unboxing. The first thing I'm showing you guys is this brand new Melody Susie Efile. They actually did send me this, but this is my true honest review on it. First of all, it's adorable. It's white and pink, so it went perfect with my aesthetic in my home salon, so that was a plus. And this is actually one of their more high-end e-files. That's one good thing about Melody Susie is that they have all different types of price ranges for anybody and everybody. This one is a little bit more pricey. It's $144 on Amazon and also on the TikTok shop. But if you are a nail tech or a home nail tech that's a little bit more experienced and you kind of want to amp up your e-file, I feel like this is a really good option for you. But like I said, if you're just starting out or if you're newer and you don't want to spend a ton of money on an e-file, they definitely have options for you, like ranging from like 30 to 40, 50, 60. Like just look at them on Amazon or the TikTok shop and you will be able to find your price range, which I think is really cool. But this one is super nice, and it does go all the way up to 35 RPMs, which is pretty high, and it's also a really, really quiet e-file. You don't really start to hear it until you get to about like the high 20s and up to 35. You can kind of hear the motor going, but when you have it low, it's super, super quiet, which I really, really like about that. And you can also flip it in reverse. So now we're getting into the main show, which is this Maniology stamping set that I was lucky enough to get sent. I was so happy that Maniology wanted to partner with me because honestly, I just recently started getting into nail stamping and I was really happy to do this. Everything came so nice, and even like the packaging and everything, and just so cute. And you could just tell that the quality of all of this is so much different because I've used stamping stuff from Temu and Amazon and it was okay, but honestly this is like the OG like stamping set. But they sent me a few different things. It's like a little claw grabbing thing. They sent me their sticky base coat, and I ended up getting 3 different stamping palettes. This one was so cute. I got to choose like the starter kit, which was the mushroom one. I chose this little holiday one since Christmas is coming up. I thought it'd be perfect. And they also sent me this. I didn't pick this out, but it's just like a little brush. I kind of end up using it as like a cleanup brush, but really nice. And I love that it comes with a lid. I think that's absolutely perfect. And it's an angled brush, so you honestly can use this for a bunch of different things. And also it's cute and it's white. So then they also sent me, or I got to pick out this set. I think is so nice because I was like, okay, I've only used like the stamping gels that you have to cure and everything, but I've never used the stamping paint, like the lacquer, which is just like regular polish, but it's a lot thicker and it's specifically for stamping. And all these colors that I got to pick out were honestly gorgeous. And you can buy this. This is actually a set, so they come together. And another thing about Maniology, their prices are actually pretty decent. Like, I was looking at their website and everything a long time ago, and I was kind of shocked. I thought they were going to be a little more expensive, but this is everything I got. So now we're going to get into the nail set because my nails are gross and I'm so ready to do them. So first we're going to start out with a medium grit sanding band, and I'm putting this into my Melody Susie Efile, and I did put the RPMs on around 7. That's what I think was comfortable with this Efile, so just keep that in mind whenever you're prepping your nails to keep it pretty low. I would say at least under 10 RPMs, depending on if you have product on your nails or not. But if you don't really have any product, keep it around like 6 to 7 RPMs, and also make sure that your pressure is pretty light and you're not digging into your nail beds because that's going to cause a lot of damage. But it's really quiet. Listen, I don't have the sound off. That's just how quiet this thing is. I was amazed. That was the moment that I realized that it was really quiet, actually. Now I'm just taking some rubbing alcohol and I'm cleansing my natural nails. Today we are going to be doing a pop-off set. So the only reason that I kind of prepped my nails is because I had old glue on them. So I'm just taking some cuticle oil and I'm putting that all over my natural nails. So I'm not going to be prepping them and wanting this set to last because I want to be able to pop them off. So now I'm taking my Beetles non-wipe top coat and I'm going straight onto my natural nails over the top of the cuticle oil. And once I have all of that on, we're going to cure it for a full 60 seconds. This pop-off set obviously is not ideal for everyone, but if you are a content creator, or even if you just want to wear a set for one night or like maybe a weekend or something and you want to be able to pop them off and not damage your nails, this is the perfect way to do them. Because honestly, I think they would have lasted me a little bit, but I just ended up taking them off right after the video and they came off perfectly. But we are also going to be using that same non-wipe top coat as the gel glue for the tips. And make sure you have a little light handy. I am using this one by Beetles. Their little light is probably the only one that I truly like. I've tried other ones that come in kits and theirs is amazing. But you want to cure that for 60 seconds after you've done all of the nails. And then now I'm just kind of going in and shaping them. But back to the little light. The light I like because it comes on automatically. You don't have to press a button. And I feel like there's actually a lot of space between the light and where you rest your hand at. So this is the nail stamping little plate that I decided to use. I thought this was just so cute and magical. I just loved all the little mushrooms and everything. It was just adorable. So now I'm going in with the sticky base. I did not prep these nail tips. I'm just going straight in with the sticky base coat. And then this is not gel, so you're going to have to let it air dry. So just make sure you kind of wave your hand around and air dry it before you go in with any type of design or anything. So now I'm taking the the stamper, the stamper and the stamping plate. So I have to warn everybody, this is a major learning curve, especially if you're using the nail lacquer stamping polish, because it's not gel, so it works just a little bit different. You have to work pretty quick with this, and I messed up a lot. So this is me messing up for the first time. I'm just showing you what I did wrong. So for one, I did way too many passes. You're not supposed to pass that many times with the scraper. You're only supposed to pass once, because look, hardly anything came up in the image, so I had to redo it. I'm pretty sure I messed up on this one too. Yeah, I did. So I messed up probably like 3 or 4 times. I think I only showed you twice. But you're just going to pass it one time, and you're going to have to hold it at like a 45-degree angle, and you should not be digging the scraper into the image. Like, you should lightly be going over it. And then boom, now you have a perfect image, and then you can go straight in onto the nail, and you have to stamp it on, but you're gonna kind of roll it onto the nail. You're not just gonna like stamp it just straight down and up. You have to kind of roll it onto the nail so that the image fits and goes on nicely. So this is what it looks like. And obviously you don't have to cure it, it's already pretty much dry. And then you can use a lint roller to clean your stamper. So when you first get the stamper, you're gonna need to wash it with warm water and dish soap really good, and then just kind of let it dry. And if there's any lint or anything on it, you can take the lint roller and you can go over it to cleanse it. So you can see through the stamper, which I really like, so that you can see where you're actually putting the image. And I love that this stamper is big and square, so you can actually cover a lot of space if you're doing like long nails or anything, because some stampers are really small. See, I used that little angled brush to kind of clean up the pieces that I didn't need. So now I'm going in again, and I want y'all to know I had to redo each little stamp probably once or twice because it took me a minute to get it down. But just make sure that when you're doing this, you're putting the paint at the top of the image and you're pulling the rest of it down. So just don't put too much paint onto the image. Like, put just a little bit at the top, and then when you scrape it down, it's going to fill in the rest of it, if that makes sense. If you have any more questions about this, just let me know. I'm trying to explain everything the best that I possibly can. But pretty much what I'm doing is I'm doing the stamp under to where you'll be able to see it underneath the nail, and then we're going to cover the rest of the nail over the top. Kind of, obviously you saw the set in the beginning of the video. But yeah, this should not, honestly, once you get it down, it's pretty easy, like I said. So you're just going to basically scrape it one time. You're going to pass over it one time, and then you're going to roll the stamp onto the image, and it's going to pick up the picture, and then you're just going to roll it onto the nail. Stamp it onto the nail, but make sure that you're rolling it so that it goes on smoothly and you're not messing anything up. So see how I'm not filling in the entire image. I'm just putting a little bit of paint, scraping it one time, using light pressure, and then going onto the nail and rolling it. If it's a small image, you can kind of stamp it, but you still have to kind of roll it so that it comes off the stamper really easily. Another thing that you can do to avoid getting excess little stamps onto the nail is to just take the scraper and kind of dab it onto the stamper to get any of the extra little images off. I wish I would have showed you this, but I'm trying to tell you what I mean. So like if there's an extra little picture on the stamper, you can just take the scraper and kind of stamp it and it'll take it off. But this is the finished look, and this is my lint roller and all the times that I messed up. So now I'm going to take some non-wipe top coat and I'm going to go over all of the nails because everything's dry now. And I'm only going to cure this for about 15 to 20 seconds because I'm going in with my chrome powder. And I'm just going to rub this in with my little makeup sponge. So when you're doing chrome, just make sure that you're not curing the top coat all the way through because the chrome probably isn't going to stick that well. So just make sure that you're curing it about halfway or a little less than halfway and it'll stick perfectly. I promise. I have done this multiple times and I have struggled with chrome. Sometimes I still struggle with it because I feel like it's just one of those things that is a major learning curve. But this white chrome is from Amazon, by the way. It actually came with a black and a white chrome, and it came with 2 white and 2 black. Now I'm taking my Beetles white gel polish and I am painting over the top of the chrome because the chrome is basically just for the image underneath so that it has a pretty background whenever you look at them underneath the nail. Now I'm taking the same non-wipe top coat again after I've cured the white gel, and I'm going to cure this again for like 15 to 20 seconds because now we're going in with chrome again. I'm using a green chrome this time. Just bear with me, this nail set has a lot of layers, but honestly it didn't really take me that long, probably because I only did one hand, but it is a lot of layers, but I promise it wasn't anything crazy and it actually came out so pretty. So same thing with this chrome, cure 15-20 seconds, and then you're going to take the makeup sponge and just kind of burnish the chrome into the nail. You do have to use a little bit of pressure so that you get that mirror effect. If you're getting a glittery or metallic kind of look, then that means your top coat is probably not cured enough, because if it's too sticky, then the chrome is going to kind of stick and smear onto the nail rather than giving you this shiny mirror-like image, if that makes sense. So I'm just kind of dusting away any extra chrome, and this is what they look like. So cute, but we're not done yet because we're going to add texture to these nails. So you're going to get you a little glass dish, put some dish soap in it, and spray it with your sink with the faucet to create bubbles, okay? And I just put top coat down on my thumb. The thumb was kind of the trial finger because I ended up doing something different after this, but I put top coat down and then I put the bubbles over it. And after I covered the surface, I'm just going to cure that, and then after you cure it, you're just going to wipe it off. But you can see the texture was like way too much on this nail, so I ended up buffing it out to take away all the little pieces that were sticking up. So I learned my lesson, and now I'm going in with base coat first over the top of the chrome, and I'm curing that for a full cure of 60 seconds. Now I'm taking the top coat again and I'm going over it with the bubbles, and this actually helped with keeping everything kind of flat and smooth. So make sure that your top coat layer is pretty thin, because if you make it too thick, then it's going to kind of stick up too much, and it's not going to be flat to the nail, if that makes sense. So after you wipe it, this is what it looks like. It's just a beautiful texture. I don't know, I've never really done like soap nails before. I feel like I've seen them for a long time, but I've just never done it. It always just seemed kind of hard to me, but it's honestly one of the easiest nail arts you can ever do. Like, anybody can do this for sure. So yeah, and it looks like it took time, you know what I mean? It's like one of those pretty nail designs that look like they took a lot of effort and time, but it really doesn't. So now I'm just taking a manicure brush and alcohol, and I'm cleansing the nails and getting rid of any extra chrome that's stuck to them. Now I'm taking my cuticle oil and we are finishing up this set. I'm using this cuticle oil by Nail Order. It smells amazing. It's like strawberry lemonade, I think, and I hope I never run out of it, but this is the final look, and my little fairy garden underneath the nails came out so cute. I would love to experiment a little bit more with this and use different colors and kind of layer the stamping, because you can. So I'm going to practice a little bit more and hopefully we can do another set like this, but I loved how this came out. I don't know, it kind of gives a little bit of Christmas since it's green. And then underneath, I don't know, it's just adorable. It's like one of the cutest sets I think I've done in a little while, but the green chrome came out so good, and I feel like it almost looks like dragon skin. I think that's the best way to put it. And then this is how I ended up popping them off. It took a little bit of pressure, but it did not hurt and it did not leave any type of damage on my nails at all. I just had to kind of slowly work with them and kind of wiggle them around to get them to pop off, which is why I said you could wear these for a weekend and then take them off and you would be perfectly fine. But I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.